Oh, hi there. I didn't see you. I'm just working on things. But while I work on things, I wanted to at least put like some content out there. So I thought, why not do some like developer commentaries for my games? It's like easy content, and I really enjoy doing them. So that's what you're getting. Let me know if you like them. If you don't, let me know if you don't like them. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna do them. I don't care. Screw you. Go away. Alright, hello. This is the developer commentary for Couch Simulator 2022. This is my very first game. We're gonna go through a bunch of different builds today, but this was the first one. I mean, there's not much to say. I put this together in like half a day. I think this is the first time I'd ever opened Unity. The reason I first got Unity was because I had like signed up for a course at college for game development, and they used Unity, so I was like, oh, I might as well get a head start. And people told me don't get a head start, and people told me don't do the course, and it ended up being probably like the best decision I've ever made. So, you know, that's I'm proud of my judgment on that one. But this is the first build I ever made in Unity. I just found a bunch of stock assets and I put them in a scene, and I was just messing around trying to figure out how it worked. And a friend of mine, I don't know what their username is at the minute, but I'll put it off on screen. I think on YouTube it's Strawberry Lemonade. I remember I was messing around in Unity on that day, and I was sending a bunch of screenshots to my friends, and Strawberry Lemonade came up with the idea calling the game Couch Simulator, and to be honest, I just took that as like you know what, yeah, it'll be funny. I don't know how to make a game, but let's pretend like it's a joke. But no, I didn't know how to make games at that point. You'll notice as the video's been going on, the couch is getting a lot more jittery, and all the vertices are becoming a lot more unstable. That is because there's no floor in this version of Couch Sim. This is the first one, and I didn't know how to make a floor, so it was just a void. It's just an endless void, and you're perpetually like falling down. If that makes sense, you're falling down always. So this is the chair, or not the chair. How disgraceful of me. This is the couch falling, and as it gets further away from the spawn point, it becomes more unstable. If that makes sense, because it's building more and more velocity, and it's also further and further away from the spawn point, which is all the way up there. And oh my god, I've never watched it for this long. As you can see, it's like warping reality. But yeah, that's all that there is to this build. I was just messing around one day in Unity, and I just thought, oh, I really want to make it. I really want to put Jesus Christ. I really want to put this out on a website, and I didn't know of itch.io at the time, so I used GameJolt. Word of advice for any new developers: don't use GameJolt. It's terrible. Even for like it's only good for fan games. It's like, if you're not making a fan game, do not bother with GameJolt at all. You're not gonna get any traction unless it's related to Five Nights at Freddy's. But I put this up on GameJolt because at that time I still kind of know, I really like just releasing stuff. Just in general, I liked putting my stuff into the world, onto the internet. And I remember oh my god. I'm just okay. Oh, you can zoom. I didn't know that. And I made the game. This is a stock character controller, so I don't know what exactly it's capable of at the minute. Can you sprint? Yeah, you can sprint. You can zoom. I used this character controller for ages, but I'll get into that later. But anyways, my first exposure to like releasing stuff to the public was through, or like specifically in games, was through this Minecraft map I made, and I had like so much fun making that Minecraft map, and at the time I just thought, oh, I must just like making Minecraft maps, but I realized it's more of like a thirst for just putting stuff out into the world, I guess. Oh, I need to turn off my Discord. And so like stupid shit like Couch Simulator, I would still release it and be proud of it, even though, look at it, it's warping. This is actually kind of cool. Look at this. You can sit on the reality bending couch. So yeah, that's basically all there is to this version of the game. I just released it because I felt like it, and I don't regret that in the slightest, because like releasing a bunch of different dumbass games is the only way you're gonna really improve, because if you keep trying to be a perfectionist about everything, it's not gonna go well, I think, in games. I'm not the most experienced. I've only got 3 years of experience, so I'm still pretty new, but like in my time here, there's a lot of common things you learn while making a game, and one of them is make loads of games until you feel confident enough to make something big. Even though I was warned of that, I still fell into that trap with Call of the Deep. I will make an entire like separate video. I plan to do these developer commentaries on every game I've made, but I'm going to do a developer commentary on Call of the Deep, and I'm going to do one like a post-mortem video on Call of the Deep, because there's just so much that went wrong there. But anyways, this I think I can see the RGB like leaking out of it now. This is probably a good place to stop with this build of Couch Simulator. Apologies also for the buzzing in the microphone, but I don't care. I'm not fixing it. Screw you. I'm not buying a new microphone. Actually, I probably should, but you know. Oh well. Good God. Okay. There's no escape button. I didn't know for the longest time how to do pause menus until I started working on Job Well Done, and even then that one was fucked. But yeah. So you just have to Alt F4 out of the game. So yeah. Now I'm going to load up. Do I have any other versions of Couch Sim? Actually, wait. No, if I go on the Game Jolt, and I never go on the Game Jolt, but if I did go on the Game Jolt, I should theoretically find all the old builds of Couch Simulator. They have to be here somewhere. Yes, okay, so I'll unblur the screen now. This is the original page for Couch Simulator 22. This was my crowning achievement back then. And you know what? I'm not gonna say, oh, this is so shit. I just wanted to make a game, and I did it, and it wasn't good. You just walked about. Just a common theme of my new games, still. But you just walk about and you sit on a couch. But you know what? It's cool, and I actually do. It says 2022. I do yearly release Couch Simulator games, and from now on, I think each Couch Simulator game is going to have like a different gimmick. So that's something to look forward to. I'll let you in on a little secret. This song is so stupid. I'll let you in on a secret. My plan for Couch Simulator 25 is to have it be multiplayer, but like actually like online multiplayer. But it's still just bullshit, like you still just walk around and do nothing, and that's the joke at this point. But anyways, here's the first update for Couch Simulator. So it's, as you can see, we're not falling anymore, so this is what would be the base for the actual Couch Simulator. I'm not sure if I've said this right. I don't think I have. I've never said this publicly. For Couch Simulator was updated every single day until Christmas Eve, if I remember correctly. It's either Christmas Eve or New Year's Day. The official release date of the game was Christmas Eve, but I'm not sure what version that was, so I'll have to look into that now. I just always said the game was released on Christmas Eve, but that stupid version with this version and the Falling Couch version were released on like a week before Christmas, I think, or like a few days. But yeah, this is you got a table, you got a plant, and you got bricks and walls. Like, to me, this was groundbreaking. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff, so I was really happy when I managed to build a room. If I remember correctly, I got so pissed off with these walls. I think you can just walk through the wall if you like clip through it at a certain angle. You can also see the walls they're slanted. I'll put on a replay there. The walls are slanted. There's still no pause menu, so I'll have to Alt F4 and I'm gonna go download the next version. All of these versions are available to the public. If you want to play them. Game Jolt doesn't list the actual date the thing was put up. Why have I liked this? I've liked I fucking dislike it. No, it's Game of the Year. It was Game of the Year. Okay, I'm gonna mute that. I'm actually gonna mute that now. But yeah, okay, so the next version is called the Christmas Edition. If I open this, it should tell me the date whenever the build was made. This was made on... Okay, so Couch Simulator was updated every day until the end of the year. So there's the answer. Applause. If I go back to this other version... Yeah, so the game actually released on the 23rd, I'm pretty sure. So I just always have the release date as Christmas Eve, because that's when it's listed on itch.io, so I just have it as that. But there you go. New lore, Couch Simulator was actually on Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve. I don't think anyone gives a shit. I'm just gonna... Let's see what's in this new version. If I recall, this is... Yeah, here we go. I downloaded a fucking like Wii asset looking Christmas tree. I remember this Christmas tree looking way better. I'm gonna be... I have not seen this in ages. We got this TV. We got the couch, and we got the chair DLC here. So yeah, riveting. You can't sit on the chair though because it's DLC. You haven't paid for the DLC yet. We got a door that goes to nowhere. We got a window. Got some stuff on the walls. That's about it. It's still the exact same game. You still walk about. Oh, the character controller. Yeah. So this is a whatchamacallit? This is an asset store character controller, and respect to the person who put it out, because this character controller helped me through my earliest years of game development. But respectfully, this is really bad. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. The walking only works sideways. It's unnormalized. You can see the infamous Unity like jitter, which is something I only found out how to get rid. I didn't even find out how to get rid of it. But like, there's jitter whenever you move and turn. I'm planning on making my own like asset thing, my own first-person controller asset that I'm gonna release for free, because I don't want money. I'd like money, but I don't feel I don't feel it needs to be paid for something that's supposed to help beginners. If you're a beginner, you're not gonna have the money for that. But yeah, this is just this default character controller. It has unnormalized vectors, and they were always unnormalized as far as I know until I stopped using this character controller. And I stopped using this character controller... I think, genuinely, I stopped using this character controller for Sheet Metal. I think that's the first time I had a first-person game that wasn't using this character controller. That was Sheet Metal. Which, if you don't know, is my most recent game. Which feels like a long time ago now, but yeah, I guess I used this for ages. So respect to Jess Case, who was the person who made this. but I would one day. You can walk up the Christmas tree. I'd one day like to make my own better version of this thing. Preferably without the one that like annoys me the most is the one I don't know how to fix, which is the jagged things. It's either I copied some code or I don't do this anymore, but for a while I like used the Horde AI to fix scripts for me. Please don't do that. I don't do it anymore. The character controller I'm going to write is going to be purely written by me. It's more of a learning experience for me. Don't use AI in your fundamental code, for the love of God, because that's how you get messes like things I will explain in other videos. If you need a character controller or something, just look up like a YouTube tutorial. It's guaranteed not gonna be as good as like whipping an AI to do it for you, but the benefit is that you like learn how to do the thing, and that's way more valuable than having the thing, because you're able to reproduce the thing. That's definitely something I learned while making games. I also want to reiterate, I did not use AI generated art for any of my games. I especially am against AI art and all that. I think it's dumb and lame and stupid. But yeah, I guess that's my advice. Don't use AI for your code, like everyone has said before. But anyways, yes, so this is the Christmas version. It has a damn Christmas tree, that's it. I'm gonna move on to the next version now. So this build was for the 26th, and it has a readme file now. It says, "Hello, thanks for reading me." Yeah, so this was made in like 6 hours, don't expect a polished experience. It's a parody of big simulation games with yearly installments. I spelled installments wrong. For maximum bug freeness, do not run or walk against walls. Okay, again, this was my first game. Leave me alone. Anyways, if you liked it, you're a liar, but feel free to like or follow the game. There will be daily updates until the end of 2022. Alright. I don't think this got any downloads, I'm pretty sure, so... I don't think anyone ever read it. Read it. It's also got a guide. Official Couch Simulator 2022 guide. How to find the couch. The couch is in front of you. Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Alright, so this is the next version. It's nearly exactly the same, but there's a door here. Did I retcon this door? This is, I know, you, oh god, yeah, okay, you can just go straight through the wall. Before I go through the wall, there's stuff I want to talk about, because there's stuff behind the wall. I think I retconned this door in Killer Clowns. I'll explain it more if I do Killer Clowns developer commentary, but Killer Clowns had like a room in it that was like a reference to Couch Simulator. That's one thing I do like doing in games. I like doing callbacks and recurring gags and characters and stuff like that. I just like it. I think it rewards people who bothered to play them. And what the fuck is this? So this is the light. I know this is the light source, which is shining on the back of the TV. And then did I not know how to do a light? I don't know. I don't know why that's here. I remember having trouble with this, but yeah. There's a light going through the TV. There's some wine now. Just more furniture, and then the door that I retconned. Yep, there it is. So I'll put up a screenshot or something here. This is Mo from Ace Attorney. When I made this game, I was really big into Ace Attorney for some reason. I like Ace Attorney, but it's definitely not my favorite thing ever now. I met most of the people I've met online through Ace Attorney, so I'll be ever grateful for that. But like a big in-joke was Mo the Clown from Ace Attorney, and that's just the joke. You would just it would just be Mo the Clown from Ace Attorney, and I put him in this game, and I think I called it the Mo ending. So when you just walk through the wall, you get the Mo ending, as in you fucking die and you can't leave. I guess that's it. Move on to the next build. Okay, so this is the main menu. For some reason, this is what I struggled with the most when making the game. I didn't grasp the concept of like how the main menu worked. Again, it was the first time I'd ever opened Unity, and I was 5 days in. It's not that big of a deal, but still, like, now main menus are like something trivial to me. Like, I know how to make a main menu like the back of my hand, and I really enjoy making main menus. I like it. But yeah, anyways, this was what was hardest for me to make in the game. I don't know why. We got the credits here, so we got Game by Me. Voice acting, so this is my friend Garker. Garker does most of the voice acting in my games. He plays Milon Dusk. He's really good at Milon Dusk. Milon Dusk, I will get into that in the Killer Clowns video. The Killer Clowns dev commentary, I'm definitely doing that. And it's going to be the longest one by far, because there's so much to talk about with that game. Because it was my first original, like, fully made by me game. We've got music by, I'll just say Danny. I don't know what their username is now. This is my friend, Danny. Danny's mostly does music. I don't have much else to say. I remember my friend Danny posted music, like shared music with us, and I was like, oh, can I use this in Couch Simulator? And they said yeah, so I put it in Couch Simulator. There is no music, it'll appear when we get in the game. Couch, so this is just El Quinte. El Quinte made the couch model, like that's just who uploaded it to the asset store. And then I put the rest as Unity asset store stuff. Well, right, very professional. Let's play it. Yeah, there we go. So there's that music. I'm gonna have to turn the volume extra down a bit more. Okay, there we go. This is exactly the same, but it has music now. To be fair, the music's really good. I removed this stupid box thing. I really like this music. I'm not sure it fits Couch Simulator very well, but it definitely is very chill, and I don't know, it's just a very good song. So, props to Danny for letting me use that in this shitty game. Is Mo still here? Mo's still here. Thank God. Every day I wake up and thank God that Mo is here. Yeah, it's exactly the same, but it has the music now. I'm unsure if this music was ever officially released. I never reached out to Danny to ask them if I could release the music, which is, wait, oh my God, it's still loud. Give me a second. So, it may not be loud in the video, but for me it's pretty loud because I'm wearing headphones. Why is it shaking? I just noticed this. Oh God, is it falling? No, okay. It's just when I'm standing on the couch it shakes for some reason. Anyways. So yeah, for a lot of the like music releases on my Spotify and all that, pretty much now it's mostly done by me. But for stuff like Killer Clowns and Merry Christmas Nobody, I did not do the soundtracks for those games. Killer Clowns specifically is like an absolute banger of a soundtrack, and it just, like, I just asked Jelly Ivy, Miles, it's Miles, Miles has been in some of the Lethal Company videos. I asked Miles, hey, can I just put this on Spotify and then have your name attached to it, like on the thing, and he said yeah. So but I never asked Danny about putting the Couch Simulator song on Spotify. I don't know how they feel towards Spotify. They're like big into music, so there could be someone who doesn't like Spotify very much. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it for this version. It's insane because you're getting into the beat drop in the song. What a banger. Genuinely, I really like this song. I don't know if it's ever been released officially, so I can't say, oh, come listen to it, and I can't exactly put it on my channel. Maybe I could, I don't know. I'll ask Danny later after this. But on to the last build. So this is the one that's on. I'm gonna switch to the itch.io page now, because this is the final build that was on New Year's Day. I don't mind itch.io. It's definitely probably. I'll still upload to here. That's what I'll say. When I make the switch to Steam, hopefully near the end of this year, it was going to be with Call of the Deep, and then I didn't. The whole thing happened with that. And then it was going to be with Sheet Metal for a tiny bit. I was going to be like, yeah, I'll put Sheet Metal on Steam. I decided against that for reasons I'll talk about in the Sheet Metal video when I do that. But it's mostly because of this thing here. There was it was the character controller was made with a tiny bit of AI. I'm not proud of it, but like I don't want to hide it. So I thought people had the right to know that the game has the stupid AI character controller, and it is the reason I didn't put it on Steam, because I'm like, no, I don't want to put something that I didn't fully make on Steam. So the next game I make, which I'm really excited for, but I'm not going to reveal anything about it until there's at least like 1 or 2 levels working, because that is what that was the biggest flaw with Call of the Deep. That the biggest flaw with Call of the Deep was that it was announced too early. But anyways, I'm rambling. So this is the Couch Simulator Steam, or not Steam. This is the Couch Simulator itch.io page. And I made this after joining itch, because let me see here. So this was published on February 21st. So I think this was before my second game, which was the SCP game. But either way, this was published pretty early on, and I found out about itch pretty early on, which I'm really happy about, because I like itch. And it's just this. It's a really basic ass page, but I was really happy with it at the time. That's kind of the running theme for Couch Simulator. I was really happy with it at the time. So zip extract. I like doing these devlogs. I made this one to see if I like it or not, and I do. So I'll probably make better edited ones in the future. We got the credits again, exactly the same. Play. Is it gonna be loud? Oh, it's loud. So. I forgot about this. I can't believe I left this in the final version of Couch. I did this as a joke and I forgot to put it out, and I realized I put Markiplier on the TV. This door is still here, so this is the final version. Yeah, this is pretty much what the game is. Is Mo still here? He is. What a goat. Yeah, I think this kind of works as the final version. There's nothing, every major issue I had has been fixed. Well, like major issues outside of the game not being good. I don't know. I think in this state it's quite, like, I guess charming in a way. I don't know. I'm not good at describing things. I'm not a descriptor. They changed the plant color. I changed the plant color. I don't know why. We got the chair DLC. You can't sit on it because you didn't pay for it. There's this cabinet. Fuck. That's it. I don't. Yeah, this door. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure this was retconned in Killer Clowns. And like every other release of the game, it doesn't show up. Mostly because it doesn't make any fucking sense to be there. Like, these doors go to the hallway outside, but like outside of that, these doors go to the hallway outside, but like where the hell would this go? Because there's a window right here, so it just goes straight out the building. Either I turned that into a joke in Killer Clowns, or I just entirely removed it. I'll have to double check that one. Yeah, there's not much more to say. This is the final release of my first game, Couch Simulator. I wrote down some notes here of interesting things to talk about. So, fun fact about Couch Simulator. When I put it on the itch.io, it got like 10 downloads. And I remember messaging in a group chat, and I was like, holy crap, the game's popping off. It's doing so well. And it's like 10 downloads. I'll put the screenshot up on screen. But yeah, during this time, me and my friends were just kind of had Couch Simulator as an inside joke, and I remember one specific instance was I wrote on the school whiteboard multiple times in my English classroom, because my English teacher was a goat. She was the best teacher I ever had, and she let me write on the whiteboard. She let me write the full ass game. I think it was Game Jolt. The full ass Game Jolt link to Couch Simulator. I'm 90% sure I at least got 1 download from that, so that's good. But yeah, the Couch Simulator had a link on a school whiteboard for like a month, and then it got taken off. What else? Yeah, that's about it. That's it, really. That's all I have to say. My general thoughts towards this game. Do I like it or not? I like it. It's not good, but it's nice to kind of see where I started, I guess, and compare it to now and realize that nothing will ever beat Couch Simulator.